Well, welcome back, everybody, to the main meeting.
Thank you.
What I'm going to start with today, by the way, did you all have a good time at your tables? Did everybody get all the questions right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, very good. You guys are pretty smart. What I'm going to do right now, Matthew, can you turn on your camera for me, please? Matthew, can you hear me?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah. Could you turn your camera on for us?
I thought I had it on.
Yeah, he had it on earlier. Maybe something when you
No, I got
connected.
it. I got it on that.
Okay. We won't be able to see your face like this.
I've got it on.
Dennis, you're all set.
Okay.
Hey, Jim. Bad echo.
All right, Matthew, can you hear us anyway?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, what I want to do is Matthew is our newest member. He's and what I'd like to do is a little induction ceremony for him today. So I want to start off by saying today I have the pleasure of inducting our newest member, Matthew Howell of Ivy Tech Community College. And with him today is his sponsor, Cindy. How you doing, Cindy? Matthew, we are looking forward to you joining our Rotary Club. You'll find that the club can be a cheering section when things are going well and a support system when they're not. I'm sending you some key Rotary documents later, including the Rotary PIN, the four-way test, and the object of Rotary. As you probably know, Rotary is an organization of 1.2 million members over 200 countries. And as you travel, you'll be welcome in any one of these 34,000 clubs. You will soon learn about the Rotary Foundation and how to contribute towards becoming a Paul Harris Fellow. And so, Matthew, I want to say welcome to the Rotary Club of Michigan City. You are now the newest Rotarian in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Matthew Howell, the newest member of our Rotary family.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, great. Do you have anything you want to say to us, Matthew?
I'm just looking forward to really getting involved in the local community here. I was involved in the local community in Valparaiso when I lived there, and I'm looking forward to doing the same thing here.
Great. This is a good opportunity to do that. I'm glad you joined our club.
So am I.
Jessica, have you had any luck contacting our speaker?
I forwarded the link again, and he called, and I told him that I did, and he said okay. So I think we might be good soon, hopefully.
All right. So we're still waiting for him to sign in.
I can call him again just to make sure.
Sure. In the meantime, I'll tell you what. John, why don't you go ahead and start your Sarge program while we're waiting? Turn your mic on. Unmute yourself, John.
All right, now I'm back on. Okay. Matt told me to remind everyone to go to the Rotary web page and make a donation, either locally or internationally. So I will make that comment with it and leave it at that. Does anybody have any announcements they'd like to make or anything like to brag on or anything like that with it?
Well, I'd like to say that I had my first Moderna vaccine shot on Tuesday over at the HealthLink Center. And so I'm anxiously waiting for my second one so I can actually maybe go somewhere.
Well, I think we all are anxious to get the job done, that's for sure. How about you, Jim? Did you get yours already? Oops, unmute yourself.
Okay, yes, I did get one, and so everything is wonderful in that respect. One thing come up in our discussion session that I think we got to put a plan together on, James, is raising visibility of the difference of the Michigan City Foundation and the International, because that is not visible anymore. I think we've lost the activity, and unfortunately, I'm no longer a board member. So perhaps you can get KP to come to a meeting and describe the difference.
Sounds good. Hi, Becky. What are you doing these days? You must be on mute. There's no sound. I'm not sure which.
I'll jump in. So I wanted to, well, I got my shot. First one yesterday. My wife got hers on Tuesday. We had to go all the way to Crown Point. That was the closest place we could get for a reasonable date. Our daughter went online as soon as the schedules were coming up, and she just nabbed the nearest dates. So we'll drive to Crown Point, no problem. Last Sunday at our church meeting at Trinity Episcopal Church, I was voted into the position of senior warden. The Episcopal Church senior warden is essentially the CEO. And so I've taken on a significant leadership role there, and we'll be looking to reopen. You know, how do any of our organizations, our churches, reopen as the pandemic recedes? I do want to thank Deb Tatum, who's going to do a leadership training with our church leadership group. And so, you know, Rotary, that's what Rotary's for. These incredible connections that we make that are unexpected, but bless our lives in so many ways. So I want you all to all you praying people, whisper a few prayers for me, because it's going to be a daunting challenge, to say the least. Thank you.
Cindy, what's going on in your life these days? Cindy, what's going on in your life these days?
At Ivy Tech, I'm actually in the midst of preparing a COVID carryout cuisine fundraising event.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be April 10th and 11th, because we service folks from as far as LaPorte and as far as East Chicago. I've got Theo's Restaurant Island who is participating, and then Aberdeen Manor in Valparaiso. And all the orders be placed online. If you don't want to place an order, you can just donate, and all the funds support our Meet the Need for students to help with the tuition, books, and technology fees. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing.
Sounds good. Debbie, how about yourself? Anything new and exciting?
Gosh, there's so many things that I'll just have to choose one. Those of you in my breakout group, you've already heard me push this, but for Jessica's project, really pushing to get rid of our shirts. We'd love to sell a shirt to every Rotary member or non-Rotary member who wants to just wear a really cool shirt. We have a few left. You can order them online, correct, Jessica? And the proceeds go to support perinatal loss, a bench in memory of that. And so that's a very special project. So got that going on, and looking forward to strengths training with some of us here. And that's about it.
Good, thank you. Hi, Dennis. What about yourself? What's exciting?
With me?
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of talking on the phone with church members and a couple that do have COVID yet. They're still fighting it, but I think they're going to make it. They're up in age. They're like 82 years old right now. Of course, I shouldn't say that, should I? I'm getting close. But anyway, been praying for a lot of folks and counseling, and then which has been also helping myself at the same time. So that's what I've been doing. Trying to reach out to the community.
sounds good. Keep active.
Thank you.
Okay. Who is the gentleman in the red cap and shirt? I do not know you, I don't think.
It is your speaker for today.
He's a speaker, that's right.
Well, I'll shut up and let you get started. How's that sound? Jim, you want to turn them over to you and we'll go from there. How's that?
Yep.
All right. I'd like to introduce Vitaly. And Vitaly, I'm not going to try to give your last name. Could you help me out with that?
Vitaly Bezrodnov.
Okay. He's founder and coordinator of the Rotary's Children Fund, which exists to promote goodwill between countries by funding organizations that contribute to peace, culture, understanding, and appreciation through the arts. It provides principal funding for the Cultural Exchange Program, which provides a structure for talented young people from around the world to share their talents. So he's going to tell us a little bit about the program. And Vitaly, do you want to go ahead? Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure how much is little bit.
You have about 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll try to feed it on 20 minutes. Stop me if you don't like it, and if you can hold on a little bit, I hope you enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be here with you. My name is Vitaly. I'm Rotarian since 90s. I'm not computer whiz, I'm just musician, but I put together a presentation and I hope you enjoy it because it looks like I'm in a great club. I'm sure you're doing great things for local community. I'm sure you're involved in international projects, etc. I want to start my presentation today with the words that I'm very proud to be one of you, one of 1.2 million Rotarians around the world. In my presentation today will be about the RCEF, or formerly known as Rotary Children's Fund, and its International Cultural Exchange Program, Golden Gates. For the best experience of presentation, I would advise you to put the mute button and put me in the speaker mode so you can see me for the full screen, because there will be things flying behind me and you will be able to see what I'm trying to show if you put me on the full screen. You figured out that, right?
Yes, we've done that now. You're on full screen.
Excellent, excellent. And just want to keep things clear, ladies and gentlemen. Rotary has great youth exchange program, 40,000 students study anywhere with a Rotary leadership. We're not part of that. Rotary has had group study exchange program, and I've been a part of this program, greeting groups from France, from Argentina, from Colombia, from Belgium. Great program, but we're not part of that either. Rotary has great friendship exchange program, and I've been a part of this program before pandemic started. Spending my time in Croatia, came back and joined the friendship committee in the district. We're not part of that either. We're just one of the organizations that was started by the Rotarian or the Rotary Club. Just think about that. Power of Rotary is each one of us with experience and success behind each one of us. And when we Rotarians start with a good idea, good program that makes difference, and we Rotarians support it, it can come up and be successful. And Rotary Polio Plus program is one of those modern success stories. So the program and organization that I'm going to speak today is one that was inspired by Rotarians, funded by Rotarians, and run by Rotarians. If you would allow me, I would like to relate my program today to the four-way test. I just wanted to make sure how important that fifth thing for this particular club. I hope it is important because if you do have fun, if we have fun by doing good things, we can do more of that. And let's start it. Is this the truth? The organization, the presentation, the program that I'm going to speak about, to be able to better understand where I'm coming from, you need to know a little bit about my background because I was the guy who came up with the idea back in the 90s. I was born right there in the Kazakhstan, in the south of the Soviet Union, Muslim country, surrounded by the Muslim countries. I was raised there during the Soviet Union time. When I got 15, I left my home, went through the music school, music college, music conservatory, joined a very famous group and traveled around the world with that group. One day we got a chance to come to the United States as part of cultural exchange. Toured for 3-4 weeks, had a great time. When there was a time to go back home, a friend of mine offered to stay a little bit longer, see a little bit more of America. I thought there probably will not be another chance like that. So I stood a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit. I immigrated to the United States. That happens. We all immigrants here. We came this generation or few generations before. And when I found myself in this wonderful country of opportunities, I thought, what can I do? What should I do? I cannot do anything. I'm a musician. So I put together a music group called Moscow Nights. And this group became pretty popular pretty quickly. Over the couple of years, we became a top band for that type of music, performing in the business, performing art world. We would travel everywhere, New York City, Los Angeles, Alaska, Hawaii, islands. We would perform in the Disney World, Disneyland. I think we were successful. You probably have questions, how successful were you? How much money did you make? Let's say it this way, every day performing, each of us per day, we made more money than most people in Russia made per month. So I would say in some way it was a successful. So we were invited to the private parties and the events, to the famous people performing in Dollywood, met with the people like, oh, this is Dolly. She's a very nice person. She actually has the literacy project with Rotary as well. One day, as the group, we got invited to the meeting. We didn't have any idea what kind of meeting that's going to be, but the friend of ours says, you need to be there. The best people will be gathered there. I don't know. It ended up, it was a Rotary meeting, 800 people, Denver, Colorado, 1995. We were invited there to put flavor of Russia to that meeting because there were so many Rotarians from Russia and former republics gathered, and there were many Rotarians through the United States who had connections with that part of the world. So we did our business, successful as usual. Then, as it happened in Rotary, we were offered to stay there as guests, and things that I heard at that meeting changed my life. I'm pretty sure that every one of you had your reason to join Rotary. Maybe you joined Rotary because you heard about wonderful things that Rotary does around the world and you joined Rotary. Maybe you saw that Michigan City Rotary Club doing great things for local community. You wanted to volunteer, participate, you joined Rotary. Maybe you just a call from Matthew or from Lance or from somebody said, we have the great group, we meet once a week, you need to be a part of this group, and you join Rotary. I don't know. You had your reason. My reason was right there. I was witnessing the conversation. One person will stand up from the crowd and will say, ladies and gentlemen, our club traveled to Siberia, to Russia. Old government collapsed, Soviet Union, new government is not there. There are lots of sick people. There are doctors, there are facilities, but doctors cannot help their people because they're lacking medical equipment. Anything as Rotarians we can do to help those people. Another club stood up and said, we have some medical equipment left after local hospital did renovation for $5 million. It's in storage. We'll be happy to donate it to this project. Another club stood up and said, and we can take care of the shipping. We have the connection with the Air Force. Give us 3-4 weeks. Give us your equipment and consider it done. Speaker said, done. Let's move to the next topic. When I heard that, it put goosebumps on my skin because I immediately felt I'm in the company of great people with a goodwill and the power, success, and experience behind them. People looking for the problems, can identify the problems, and can fix all the problems so effectively. So pretty much it was my understanding of the Rotary. I decided to join the organization and learn about the organization, and in the future, if there's a chance, I wanted to contribute by being part of this organization. So pretty much referred by the one district governor, I became the member of the Lakewood Rocky River Rotary Club on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. I became the youngest member of the 150 people Rotary Club at the meeting. Youngest member. The person by the age at my club, the next person by the age could be my grandfather. But I knew I'm in the right place with the right people, and I want to learn from these people. So pretty much one of my sponsors was the gentleman called Carl Johnson. He was one of the World War II veterans. He was one of those soldiers who in 1945 on April 25th, met with Russian soldiers on the Elbe River. And I found out that my grandfather was fighting on another side of that river as part of the Russian army against Nazis. It's just coincidence. But so many years passed. In the 90s, veterans started to communicate, and it's ended up that our veterans, some of them Rotarians, went to Volgograd, former Stalingrad. When they went there, they chartered Rotary Club there. It became pretty popular and pretty active club. And when Rotarians from there started to come to Cleveland, Ohio, in the United States, by being a Russian background, I became a translator, entrepreneur, driver, host, and everything else. And I was happy to be it because, just because, like, I guess I saw the good experience of this. When these people from different sides of the Iron Cold War got together, they broke all stereotypes. You couldn't fool those people anymore with the propaganda that our governments fed to us for so many years. They made such a great friendships. So it's kind of give the idea, if this kind of friendships and connections can improve the relationship between people in the countries, maybe there could be a system to multiply these experiences. So I had an idea, proposed it to the club. The respectful people in the club supported me. A committee organized. We met a number of times. And in the end, on August 27, 2003, fully formed 501c3 organization was formed, registered, and started to work. That was meant to build cultural bridges and manage cultural exchanges. Actually, I had a chance to travel and present this program in presence of the Rotary president at that time. That was pretty exciting. That was me when I was young. Somehow I feel he doesn't remember that meeting. To me, it was a pretty exciting event to meet with the Rotary president. So pretty much we started to work this program and start to bring the groups across the borders. So let's go to the next one. Is this fair to all concerned in this program where the young people from different countries started to travel and represent their countries? I guess who are concerned in this case in this organization? Participants. With this organization since 2003, we had over 40 groups from a couple dozen different countries who would come to United States from 2 to 5 weeks, travel through 15 to 25 states, and each group will present programs for up to 50,000 people. It was easy to start with Russia because my Russian background, but later other countries joined like Ukraine, like Armenia, like Lithuania, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Georgia, and other countries. And when young people travel and present their culture, they really introduce their country. They really break the stereotypes. I mean, your stereotypes. How much do you know about country, let's say Georgia or Armenia, before you meet with these young people who will tell you the best of their countries? Probably not much. How much do you know about Kazakhstan? I'm from Kazakhstan. If you didn't see movie Borat, you probably don't know anything about Kazakhstan. No, I'm just trying to be funny. I tried to watch that movie twice, couldn't finish it. I can tell you nothing in that movie about Kazakhstan, except the name and the flag that they took. But actually, after that movie came out, our organization was invited to Kazakhstan, met with the top official close to the president, minister of the culture, offered the people, a group of the young people who would come and present their country here. And we actually toured the groups from Kazakhstan after that movie came out. So when we put together the tours and the groups travel, we put it together so the young people learn about the United States and break their own stereotypes, because their stereotypes came from Hollywood movies pretty often. So when they come here, they travel and see all the local museums, national monuments, national parks. They meet with the people, make the friends, and learn the true thing, what the United States is about. Pretty much from 2 to 5 weeks, they travel and see all these places that we are here in the United States planning to see, but when we're retired, when we buy a motorhome, and for 6 months slowly travel around the United States and enjoy all these places. When the groups travel, we set up the plans so they perform and present their programs, and around 65% of all their programs happen to be in the public schools, colleges, and universities. And basically, before each group come, we connect with the Rotary Club in that country, we connect with them, we help them to put together the study guide, that thick, that will tell everything related to that country. The kids learn it for a couple months, and then group will come and will do the presentation as finally in the form of assembly, presentation, program, lecture, class visit, etc. From the things that you heard so far, ladies and gentlemen, young people travel, introduce their culture, and learn about the United States. What do you think? Will this kind of program build a goodwill and better friendships? It's difficult to imagine that it will not. When young people come here, learn about the United States, introduce their culture here, build the cultural bridges, it definitely will, but will it be beneficial to all concerned? Let's say this way, in the program we had over 500 young people participate from 16 to 21. For most of them, chance, if they're not in the program, chance to come to the United States and see the United States is so small that they have more chances to become an astronaut and go to the moon in their own country. The chance to come to the US Embassy, request the visa, pay the fee, they often cost their parents 1 month's salary, come to the interview, get denial in 15 seconds of the interview without explaining why and without getting your money back. This is the reality. But here, When they come, they see United States, they travel, they learn about United States. This truly beneficial to them because it's a lifetime opportunity. What about the kids in our schools, kids and grandkids? Is this beneficial to them? From the things that we hear from teachers, from parents, it's absolutely fantastic opportunity for multicultural exposure, to let kids understand that world is much bigger than Michigan City, than a state, than even United States. And this kind of multicultural exposure to understand that world is much bigger and diverse, it's definitely make the effect on their lives. Is this beneficial for the older kids in the colleges and universities? I guess so, because they invite us all the time. Every time when we travel with one of the groups, we will get invitations, we'll do the lectures, concerts, presentations through the colleges and universities. Is this beneficial to the general public? We do perform in the cultural events every year, and one of those in the Ann Arbor, almost every year. The group invited there to do the festivals. From 300 to 10,000 people will gather to see their programs. Different denominational churches, they often to invite the groups in because they want to show what the values and the faith this country is built on. In God we trust. And we want to learn where you guys came from and what's the situation in your country. And of course, senior citizens are the #1 fans of the program because they appreciate the culture, they remember how it's supposed to be, they like the energy and the costumes. Every time when we travel with the groups, we set up to visit between 15 to 25 Rotary clubs. Each group present the programs at the Rotary Club meetings for the social events, something for the public, something for the community, etc., and bring it out and say we're Rotarians, and this is just one of the ways we connect the world. And pretty much performing everywhere. Performing Arts Centers, Carnegie Hall, Kodak Theater, Olympic Games cultural program, supported by the people and the senators and the congressmen and mayors of the different cities. We always have chance to go to the Washington, D.C. and do the program. And the embassy of that country will support that event, and the media will come out and will call it true cultural ambassadors of their country. You guys, for these 5 weeks, did more good for the relationship of our countries than diplomatic team did for last 5 years, and we take it as compliment. We get lots of publicity from the newspapers, from the media, and from the different places. Is there anybody who is here who had chance to go to the Rotary conventions before? If you go there, when you're in the crowd of 10, 15, 20,000 Rotarians, you can really feel that buzz. Goodwill force, like in the Star Wars, is there. And when you go there, especially there, you can feel and see and understand how much offer energy and resources Rotary puts to bring young people in, to educate them what the Rotary is about, to let them join Rotary later. For example, this convention in Toronto, Canada, a couple of years ago, there were 15,000 of Rotarians sitting here, and 1,000 Rotaractors will run around these aisles to the front stage. They will make lots of crazy noise. We are there. We see them. We hear them, and we feel them. We know they're with us. They're part of us. They're our future, and we're proud to have them with us. Another convention in Hamburg, Germany. Remember, there was two openings and 2 closing because we couldn't feel all the people who came there, Rotarians. Stage there was the size of the football field. And young people, Rotaractors, will go on the stage one by one with the flags of their country saying, this is our country, Rotary is there, and we're proud to be a part of it. So I think we're doing a pretty good job contributing to connect with the young people, because in this program, over 500 young people from different countries participated. When they meet with you, when they learn about Rotary, when we do things together, when they're here, they go back inspired about Rotary. They join the Rotary Exchange students, they join the Interact, Rotaract, they later join Rotary. This group behind me, it's a group from Ukraine. They traveled for 3 weeks twice. They went back, got in touch with the Rotary Club, with the district. They chartered Rotaract Club, 50 people. That's pretty much happening with every country. Every time when we come and visit, for example, if we visit with your club, we get in touch with the Interact and the Rotaract Club and organize and do some things together. So you and young Rotaractors, Interactors, and us will get involved and do something together. Another good example, there was a girl. She participated in the tour. She was 17 years old. She went back home, graduated university. She was inspired by Rotary. Came back here, got her master's degree. Right now she's here in North Carolina. She's teaching in NC State. She got married, bought house next to me, my neighbor, bigger house, and a couple months ago had her first baby. So make us feel proud. You probably have questioned how this kind of program works, connecting the dots. Let's say this way, everybody who is managing the program and involved, Rotarians, everybody volunteers. We figured out the way, and we depend only on the support and the contributions from the different organizations and individuals. By touring, presenting programs, we convince people and organizations this program is worthy to be supported. It definitely makes the difference. So we got some support from arts organizations, from the different Rotary clubs. We got some support from Rotary Foundation. Walmart is sponsoring events all over the country. The Mercedes stays behind it, and the different universities. In the future, when a group will come to Michigan City, and they did come to Michigan City before, you would see this kind of van, 15-passenger van with the 15 young people in, and everything that they need will be right there in the trailer. Sound system, music instruments, costumes, personal belongings, even sleeping bags, just in case they stuck someplace. Somehow I feel that some of you had chance to travel on the mission trips, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine yourself in this situation just for a second? Let's say you're on a mission trip in a different country, people speak different language, you're a Rotarian, you're in charge, there are 15 young people with you, 18 years old. You're driver and you're pulling trailer behind yourself. And someplace in the middle of Texas, your vehicle breaks. You stay on the side of the highway, everybody flies 80 degrees outside, young people support you, but you know they want to eat, they want to drink, they want to go to the bathroom. And you're desperately trying to start the car and figure out what's wrong with this vehicle. Can you imagine yourself in this kind of situation as Rotarian? How would you feel? I've been there a couple times. This is how it worked out. Taking a Rotary phone, looking at Rotary directory, looking for the closest Rotary club in the area, calling there and say, Mr. President or Madam President, you don't have to do anything, but this is who we are, this is what we do. We got stuck in this situation and we're very close to you. Can you give us a hint, any chance? What would you expect from Rotarians?
You'll be showing up.
30, 40 minutes, few cars will come in, will bring pizzas, will feed young people, take them, accommodate them, help us put us back on the road, and best friendships will come up from this kind of stressful situations. We'll become friends, family friends, visit each other in the countries. Every time when we start conversation, we'll start, remember that funny situation when you got stuck in the middle of nowhere and we had to rescue you? Oh no, that was not funny then. But after hearing how important to have reliable transportation for us, for Rotarians, do this work and travel with young people, few Rotary clubs thrown few bucks in the bucket, few individuals said, you're doing the right thing, we want to support you. Mercedes-Benz said, we want to keep tracking and diagnose and fix your car before each trip and shine it before you go on the tour. And we got this. We got the 15-passenger 2020 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, 0 miles sitting in the driveway waiting when pandemic will end, and we can continue travel and bring this group to Michigan City, to you and to everybody in the United States, up to 1 million people. So let's say, ladies and gentlemen, in the future, when the groups will travel through, I will encourage you to kind of think a little bit and maybe come visit and see one of those groups when they do their work and show your Rotarian support. Or maybe even keep them for a day or two so they can bring this program to your kids, grandkids, to the schools, to the senior community, do something for the Rotary Club meeting, do something for the general community, just let it out, highlight the country and say, we're Rotarians, we're here, we have fun, and this is one of the ways we connect the world and improve relationship between countries. If you're thinking how we talk with these people, they're all the time from different countries, most of them take English as second language. It's always a no problem situation, but if somebody needs some help, Miami University support the program, and they take free courses at university so they feel comfortable when they visit with you. And by concluding my presentation, ladies and gentlemen, if everything what you got from this presentation is just a fun, touristy opportunity for young people to travel and enjoy it and have fun, you're probably wrong. Just think about how many presentations you have to do to reach up to 50,000 people in the live audiences. Did you ever try to travel 10,000 miles in 3, 4, 5 weeks, along with traveling, performing, seeing people, seeing places, performing, traveling, performing, sleeping in a sleeping bag, traveling hour by hour, and things happened on the road. I mean, you have to set it up on an accept sound system every time. This is job on its own. Sometimes tire will blow off in the middle of the night and you deal with this problem. Sometimes somebody breaks the leg and everything changes. Sometimes somebody gets the flu. And if somebody gets the flu and you're in a van, everybody together, everybody gets the flu. But nothing stops. Show must go on. After 4 or 5 weeks is over, these young people seeing so much stuff, meet so many people and did so many presentations, they go back dead tired. With the time change, they will sleep for 2 weeks. And then for years, they will call and thank you, Rotarians, for that great experience that they got to come to United States, see, learn about United States, learn about Rotary, join Rotary, proudly represent their own country in the United States, and build a relationship between their country and the United States. So by being with these groups many times before, I can say for Rotarians and not Rotarians, hosts and supporters, participants in the audience, this project and this program is a truly opportunity for service above self. If you'd like to learn more about the program, you can look in the chat. I believe I put some links in the chat there. You can copy it and visit this place. There's a YouTube channel right there. If you click on the YouTube and subscribe there, you will see all the videos that young people leave after they went on the tours, and the future will be there as well. And that would be your way to show the support. There's a Facebook page. If you click like there, you'll be notified about the future events. If you'll not get banged by the having connection with the Russians, we should be there. And there's a website address called RCF, Rotary Children's Fund. And there's on the website, there's a history information about the project. There's also a button called Donate, Support. It's not a fundraiser, but just in case, if you feel this kind of program and organization done by us, by Rotarians, is worthy to be supported, keep in mind, we cannot travel right now. We cannot raise money, but we have to raise money to bring some next group come over here. Just keep in mind, we were inspired by Rotarians, we were managed by Rotarians, and without your help, Rotarians, we wouldn't be able to continue that work. And I would like to finish my program with a little bit humor in my presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you Rotarians feel that this kind of program done by Rotarians is not worthy to be supported, you don't leave us any other choice but go to Kiwanis and ask for help. No, that was a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. While young people in the background of me will tell you, Rotarians, thank you for the great experience that they got to build a connection and build another bridge between United States and the world. I'll be happy to take any questions. And the goal for the program is to bring group from every country in the world here to Michigan City, to the state, to Indiana, to United States, and introduce their country and learn about United States. I think we can do this because we are not just part of the Rotary. We are part of Rotary International. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the program.
That was great, Vitaly. Hey, I got a question for you. How badly is a pandemic hurting you guys?
It's continued closed up. So as I said, we usually travel, do the presentations, raise the money for the next group. Pandemic stopped, so everything stopped, and we're kind of struggling to figure out how we can sponsor the next group. There's a few groups, and one of those from Belarus is standing by and getting ready to come. They created the virtual programs. We presented in the schools and the colleges that requesting it, and pretty much like this. And looks like in August we'll be able to continue our work and start to travel groups in August. Every month, one group from another country.
Okay.
In the future.
Anybody else have any questions for Vitaly?
Thank you for that great presentation. That was very inspiring and very eye-opening. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. In the future, ladies and gentlemen, if one or another group will come to Indiana, you probably will get the email. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw the presentation, this group from this country coming to the area, and they always come through Indiana because they usually go from east to west. If you can pass it to the members of the club. And when you hear about that, if you say, guys, let's do something with them, or maybe see them or host them or create some opportunity for them to present their program, or just meet with them and say welcome. That would be, and if you reply to that email, yes, let's talk about that. I think we would like to do something to show our Rotarian support. That's mean my presentation today worth it and was successful.
Vitaly, if you would, in your chat, put your email address, I would like to get in contact with you and maybe talk to you about a district-wide presentation for District 6540 when you come back into the States. So help me put that into your planning cycle, if you would.
Yeah,
District 6540 is all of northern Indiana.
yeah. I think the links and the email already in the chat, Jim.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, I already put it there. And at this point, while we're not traveling, I'm happy to do the presentations. And I doing these presentations all over the world. I mean, from Africa to Asia to Switzerland to Hawaii, and I'm happy to do this. I mean, I don't make any money on this, but it's a full time. Sometimes I make like 8 presentations per day. But I'm happy to do this because it's a kind of good promotion for the good idea, good project. And if there's any parties, district or the club interested to see that, I'll be happy to do the presentation. And because when we travel, we would love to get as much activities as we can when we travel with the groups.
That'd be great. Anybody else have any questions for Vitaly?
Jim, when nobody has any questions in the audience, I'll say one of 2 things happened today. One of those, my North Carolina accent was so strong, nobody was able to understand anything. Another thing, I put together so much information, covered all potential questions.
Well, I want you to know that this has been recorded, and it will be in our on our YouTube site that we have for all our meeting recordings. And so, if you did speak fast, people can go back and look again and pick up what they missed.
You can always put the video and put it in a slow motion, Jim.
There you go. Anybody else? If not, Vitaly, where you at today anyway?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Very good. That's the one nice thing, drawback of having have to have these virtual meetings is because you don't get the face-to-face contact and stuff. But a real positive is we can bring people like you in and you don't have to travel the country in order to do it. So thank you very much. I really appreciated your presentation. And if there's nothing else from anybody, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. So thank you all for coming, and we'll talk to you later.
Great meeting you.
All right.